My friend, in life, everyone have a different view and a perspective, and that itself is the beauty of humanity's diversity. And for that reason alone, wonderful soul, we here have different videos that we rely on each and every one of us to react together to them with our different perspectives through the comment section. And all these videos I'm talking about interesting soul. There are a variety of a bit of everything. From mysteries of this world, UFOs and drones, animal videos, and even interesting videos with content about our creator. And all these videos, my friend, as we go through them, we are dedicated to spreading our message to the whole world, which we believe is more important during these times than ever. The message of honesty, forgiveness among all earthlings, living in peace and unity, and above all, my friends, loving each and every creation of God on this world, just like the way we love ourselves. That way, the world will be full of good vibes. And last but not least, interesting soul is asking for forgiveness from our Creator through repentance, wonderful soul, which here we do so by talking to our God before we start the show and also asking for the guidance of the Creator. But wonderful soul, before we do that, I'd like to share with you something here that is quite interesting. Let's call it food for the soul. You see? And it's not this giant or average sized watermelon here. No, it's from this book of wisdom, aka the guide of life. And it says today from Romans 15:13 going down. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Praise be to our Creator. Wonderful souls. Let's humble ourselves, repent, and ask for God's guidance as we dive in on the show. Dear Lord Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for the videos that we have today. Dear Lord, we thank you above everything for the breath of life in us. All glory and honor, Father, belong unto you for your majestic gestures. Thank you, wonderful soul, wonderful Father, for this creature that you created, today's viewer, Father. All love and honor belong unto you. Thank you for your uniqueness, Father, in understanding and their way of being, dear Lord. May you forgive them their sins, Father, as you also forgive us. Wash us with the blood of your Son, Jesus Christ, dear Lord, and purify us in our hearts. Help us to do good, Father, and to spread love and peace through today's videos. May your Spirit be with us till the end, O Lord. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's dive in good vibe source. And in this first video, we come across the crazy mystery stuff. Look at this. What looks like a giant mushroom effect. What could this be? And it's like there's some lights below the head of the mushroom thing. What is that? Is that a plane? Oh my god, it's crazy stuff. And it's above the clouds. This is quite bizarre. What do you think that could be interesting so far?
Okay, I'm going to make this video and I'm praying to God that it stays up. But there is a huge speculation of why this app is going dark for the short period that it's going dark. Something is supposed to happen tonight. I'm not going to say, but there is something from that is supposed to be confirmed to be here on. So something from has finally made contact with, and it's supposed to be announced tonight. And the reason that this is getting dark, how do we say this without getting it removed? The reason we're going dark is because they don't want us to openly communicate about it. Basically, if you catch what I'm saying, something from is, and they're confirming it today. And they don't want us, the American population, to confirm it and spread more and talk about it amongst ourselves. So once again, something from has, and tonight we all find out.
Honestly, in 100 years, I think we're going to become the third world country. Like, I literally think Canada and North America, we are going to become the third world country. The education system in China is honestly unlike anything that I've ever seen. These are kids in kindergarten. They're sewing. Look at what they're doing. Like, it is honestly unbelievable. This is an account that I just started following, and it completely blew my mind. Literally, the hands on learning, the motor skills that these kids have to be able to sew in that kind of detail, it is just absolutely mind blowing. It's not just that, like, look at their gym. I don't think I know 15-year-olds that can do this. Like, that is crazy. These are just kids. They're literally 5, 6, 7 years old. Look at that. They're building a society of champions, a society of doers. And honestly, I really do believe that in North America, we need to start looking at what they're doing in their education system, because in 100 years, they're going to surpass us in every single measure. There's no way they're more than 3, 4 years old. Have you ever seen a kid with this type of motor skills? I've never seen anyone at that age be able to do that and have that type of like hand-eye coordination. Like, look at the things that they're teaching them. It's all hands-on training. It's all useful stuff. And I'm going to show you some cooking videos. Like the cooking that they're doing, they're teaching them everything from the beginning. Look, they're starting them at such a young age. It is unbelievable. It is this is honestly probably one of my new favorite accounts right now. This is one of those like cute little like Barbie ovens or anything like that. Like, this is the real deal. Like, they're cooking food. They're learning how to actually cook. Like, this is honestly incredible. This is the type of stuff that our schools need to be doing. Like, why are we not doing even half of this stuff? Our education system needs a complete reform. We need to start showing society things that are useful, things that will make kids successful. Laying bricks? Like, this is I've never been taught this ever in my life. It is unreal. Like, I could just keep going on and on about how honestly unbelievable this is. Kindergarten. These are kindergarten kids. I wouldn't even know where to begin how to do this. Like, and I'm an adult. I'm in my mid-40s. I'm a middle-aged man, and these kids have more skills than I do. Like, look at this. It is just amazing. Anyways, I tried to compile some of the best of everything that I've seen, and it's absolutely astonishing.
How can you explain this, my friends? Take a look at this. This is allegedly above the surface of the moon.
Ever notice that your panties look like they were bleached right at the crotch and you're thinking, what the hell is wrong with my discharge? Somebody call a doctor. Hi, I'm your local OBGYN. I love women. Follow here. We're going to learn together. So here's the deal. Your vagina has a very specific balance. And what that means is that when it is working efficiently, it has lactobacilli and other types of bacteria that make the area more acidic. This is what keeps the balance of bacteria equal and operating in a happy and healthy way. So if your vaginal tissue and vaginal mucus and discharge is more acidic, well, acidic is what is bleaching that area. So it does not necessarily mean that you have an infection or something bad is going on in your lady bits. It just means that you probably have an appropriately pH'd vaginal discharge, and a natural normal occurrence in this scenario is that it could actually just bleach the color out of your panties and undergarments. So do not freak out. It does not necessarily mean there's a problem.
Anybody else remember watching Elmo as a kid?
Oh, now surely this is the right spot. Look at this. This area is filled with books about pretend people.
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Oh, hey, Elmo, I bet we can find your Galactic Gale comic book here.
Boy, Elmo, hope so.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Now, it's not a coincidence that they put that there. They have to tell us the truth. The Bible states in Luke chapter 12, verse 2 and 3, this is Jesus speaking, "There is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore whatever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." You weren't aware this dude, Werner von Braun, is the man who discovered NASA. He put a Bible quote on his tombstone that reads, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." So let me get this straight. A man that created the Saturn V rocket that took man to the moon, which is 238,000 miles away, puts a quote that directly contradicts space? I don't know about you, but that's a little weird. But does anyone else remember that song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
If you guys weren't aware, NASA is a Hebrew word which means to lead astray, to delude, beguile, and deceive. Ever notice when they do their launches, they always say T minus? But what do y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow me, and I challenge you guys to send this to somebody that needs to see this. Like always, God bless.
They caught this at 3,300 feet deep.
So this is actually a video that I did a long time ago, back when I used to do the point up content, but now that I'm talking, I can finally tell you guys what's happening here. So this video was recorded back in 2006 at the bottom of the ocean floor, and we can see this massive looking shark swimming up and around this camera. And a lot of people when they first saw this video thought that this was proof that megalodons still exist, but I'm here to tell you guys, unfortunately, that's not the case. So realistically, the shark that was caught on camera on the ocean's floor is more than likely a 6-gill shark. And these sharks are actually relatively large. They usually grow up to around 18 feet when they're fully matured, but they are still nothing compared to a megalodon. They don't even come close to a basking shark, which is 32 feet in length. Now these sharks can be found extremely deep, up to around 6,100 feet, which is insane. They are very rarely on the surface, so if you see one of these, you are one of the very lucky people to have done so. In terms of this shark, it was spotted at around 3,300 feet deep, if my sources are correct, which is still very impressive.
Yo, look at this. What is this? Is this CGI or real stuff? My God. What's going on here? What just happened? Look at this. What is this? Those rocket coming down, or what's going down here? Is this the landing of those? My God, no. How is this thing that specific? How is it controlled? Is there people inside?
So the CEO of TikTok no longer have CEO TikTok in his profile, I only have TikTok. And also now Facebook have an account on TikTok. And also TikTok have an account on Facebook now. And now it shows you options that you can link your TikTok to your Facebook and your Facebook to your TikTok and to your Instagram. Like it's just like combined together. And tell me also why all of a sudden, like when I uploaded the video now on TikTok, they asked me if I want to upload it on Facebook. Like, and this has got me thinking that this app has been sold. I don't know who. I feel like it's been sold to Meta. So I don't know if they are trying to change this app, like the vibe of the app and everything, just combine them together, like just link them together, because I feel like this is gonna be weird. I don't know. I'm just gonna delete Facebook and Messenger and everything. But what do y'all think?
So I'm gonna start at the beginning. In the beginning, existence was enslaved by certain specific beings in the dimensional planes who enslaved humanity and the dimensional and interdimensional existence, all planes, all other existences, galaxies that existed in existence in its entirety was enslaved. Human beings and interdimensional beings was enslaved by what is called a mind consciousness system. Now this mind consciousness system is what exists within humanity as your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings. In other words, if you think, or if you feel, or if you become emotional in any energetic movement of experience inside yourself, you are a mind consciousness system. In the dimensional and interdimensional existence, there was placed also a mind consciousness system within beings, but this one was the one that suppressed their natural pure expression of who they really are. So beings in the dimensional planes were literal zombies that was able to be programmed as well as human beings. Now, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, a portal opened, an interdimensional portal opened. Now, there has been, since 1998, no dimensional beings in existence that had access to Earth in any way whatsoever. In other words, the creators of human beings as mind consciousness systems and human beings themselves locked themselves out of their own creation to make sure that their process of enslavement, of having humanity prepare these creators' world for them so that they can return one day, closed everything off to make sure that their plan will be fulfilled and there is no interference whatsoever. So therefore, human beings' lives, human beings' total manifestation of themselves have been pre-programmed since the beginning of mankind's existence to prepare this world for the dimensional creators to come and return once again one day. So since 1998, there's been no dimensional access. Channels, psychics, intuitives, astral traveling, demon manifestations, projections, anything of any ethereal or spiritual manifestation or experience was of the mind consciousness system. Projections. And returning back to 2.5 years ago, this portal opened. Now this interdimensional portal is as this human physical body. In other words, this being moved completely out of her human physical body and experience herself in the dimensions, while another dimensional being, for instance as myself, comes in and inhabits the body in its totality. In other words, nothing of this being is here at all. I'm fully aware here, while the being is fully aware in the dimensional existence. Now, she has been the first human being to ever, in existence for that matter, experience herself with full awareness maintained in the dimensions, and be able to return with full awareness of all her experiences. And ever since then, everything changed. Everything. The dimensional existence as known in and of this world, of dimensional planes, frequencies, energies, sound manifestations, the magnetic surfaces, galaxies, universes, races, none of that exists any longer. The dimensions have been cleaned up from a perspective that it is at this very moment non-existent. Now, this took about 2.5 years to clear, to have the dimensions in dimensional beings come to a realization of a point of self-honesty in oneness and equality for all, to for the first time in existence support and direct and be directly involved in supporting and assisting human beings on earth through their processes. I'll come to the term processes in a moment. So therefore, gods, angels, masters, goddesses, demons, federations, groups, manifestations no longer exist in the dimensional existence whatsoever. All dimensional beings are now within and as human beings, directing them and supporting them through their process of self-realization. Self-realization of who you are as one and equal with all of existence as life. So the process that is ahead is birthing life from the physical. And this process of birthing life from the physical starts at one singular point within each and every single being in existence. And this is including human beings and dimensional beings. Self-honesty. So, at this very moment, all in existence is equal and one from one starting point at this very moment, self-dishonesty. If you look at existence, this world, and how the dimensional existence was, it was all manifested because of each one's starting point of self-dishonesty. Now, there exist two choices in every moment with every breath of each human being's existence and life experience on Earth, as well as dimensional beings. No one is excluded. We're all in this process together as all, as one and equal. The two choices in every moment is the following: self-honesty or self-dishonesty. So I'll continue with the interview in the next interview. Thank you very much.
Here's the secret about satellites. They don't want you to know. And once you hear this, everything will start making sense. Did you know that nearly 100% of all transoceanic internet traffic, yes, the internet you're using right now, travels through undersea cables? That means your video calls, streaming, and even international TV broadcasts aren't coming from satellites in space, but from fiber optic lines lying at the bottom of the ocean. So why, then, do we hear so much about satellites? If all the data is moving through cables, what exactly are these satellites doing? Are they just decoration in the sky? Or is there something they're not telling us? The truth is, the idea of satellites floating in outer space might just be one of the biggest marketing schemes of our time. Think about it. If everything is transmitted through underwater cables, why do we need satellites? The answer is simple: we don't. Our space isn't some endless void above us. It's right here in our oceans. That's where the real magic happens, and the clues are all around us. The ancient astronomical clock, built over 600 years ago, doesn't reflect a spinning heliocentric Earth. Instead, it's geocentric, a system that stood the test of time because it's rooted in observable reality. Still not convinced? Let's talk about Lake Baikal in Russia. It's the world's largest freshwater lake, stretching 395 miles long and 49 miles wide. For 5 months a year, it's frozen solid and flat. If the Earth were a globe, there should be 19 miles of curvature across that lake. But guess what? There's none. The surface remains perfectly flat, even when frozen solid. And what about airplanes? When pilots lose communication with ground towers, they rely on something called dead reckoning. This technique involves maintaining a steady heading and altitude and based on the assumption of a flat, stable Earth. If satellites were real and functional, pilots wouldn't need this backup method. So why do they still use it? Here's another clue. Astronauts train underwater. Why? Because what they call spacewalks look and feel a lot like underwater movements. Maybe that's because our space is much closer to home than we think, right beneath the surface of our oceans. If this has you questioning what you've been taught, take it as a starting point. There's so much more to uncover, and the answers might reshape how you see the world. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and explore the truths hidden in plain sight.
So if you haven't seen it yet, Trump came out, and during his speech, he was talking about that immediately, as soon as he's in office, he is planning on releasing the JFK files, the Martin Luther King assassination files, and he specifically stated a lot of other things related to public interest right now, which is exciting, not just because it's kind of like vague at the end there and we're wondering like, is this going to be the disclosure, but also because there's all of those theories for entertainment purposes only, always and forever, that JFK and Marilyn Monroe had already talked about the UAP issue and that JFK was planning on coming forward to the public about it, and that Marilyn Monroe, who was supposed to have a press conference the next day before she was also going to come forward about it. And of course, that's just a theory. Don't take my TikTok post I'm just saying that he has now announced that he's going to be releasing all of these classified files to the public as soon as he is in office, which is tomorrow. And I am very excited to find out what we get and to dive into it, because I'm fully going to dive into all of these documents as soon as they're released, and then I'll share them with you. Either way, I'm super excited. Okay, love you, bye.
Do you know what a who is lookup is? Who is a lookup for domain information. So TikTok.com is registered through Gandhi SAS. Okay, again, this was updated yesterday. Their domain information was updated on the registration the day of the outage. And it's under TikTok Limited, not ByteDance. And this Gandhi.net is some French company that is responsible for domain transfers. Hint, hint, hint. Do I need to do a trace route on the IP address? I mean, come on. Something's going on.
Oh, interesting. Look at this. It's like some things here decided to operate themselves. Yo, what's up? The car shows that there's a group of people nearby. But if you check a closer look, there's no one near. This is crazy. Or the car was having some issue. Look at this guy that was left in a car. What? Is he alive? What's up? No way. Or is the wallpaper of the... This is crazy. On more crazy stuff, look at this. Some creature with a giant head. What could this be? My God, this must have so much brains. Oh, and in other places, in some parking lot. What? Is that a dog or a goat? My God, or is a hybrid? Glitch people, don't tell me you've done that thing between goat and dog. Oh my God, no way. Is this real? What? Look at the stomach, man. It's a horse. Oh, it looks adorable. And in other places, there's this robot here. Oh my God. Oh, this one looks like it can even bully someone.
The CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, who's there, as well as Bezos, the founder of Amazon, and Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, and Elon Musk from X, and not to mention all the federal contracts he has with because of SpaceX. All of them standing amidst members of the president's would-be cabinet, not yet confirmed. I can't help but think that if this had happened 4 years ago or 12 years ago, it would have been something of a scandal for these people who control information in the United States and the world.
These are some prime
I was going to say, in an environment in which every single seat is accounted for, it really is something that they are in the room for this. I mean, not a lot of people can get seats to this. You've got 535 members of Congress who are guaranteed seats. Everybody else has to earn one.
Okay, who did these? Because I'm screaming. They turned male celebrities into females. What in the J-Rock is going on here? I legit thought that was J-Lo Whippers. Look at little Leonardo. And I know there was room on that door, Rose. Mrs. Chan? I don't even know. That one doesn't look that bad. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, okay, wait. This one took me a second. Wait, that's Vin Diesel, right? I mean, that was kind of cute. Now, wait a minute. This is an almond mom if I've ever seen one. Roberta Downey Jr. Now, she looks like she hides behind the bushes. You know, a little bit. Jackie Cruz, is that you? Jackie's a poster mama, almond mom. Okay, I thought for a minute this was one of the dudes from White Chicks. Johanna Depp, you look like you're about to start flipping some houses or something. Nicolette Cage, you look tired, honey. Them kids stressing you out, ain't they? Oh, see? Keanu Reeves. She just looks so wholesome. Jenny's been through it. Jenny Carey's been through it. Those grandkids are wearing her out. Now look, she doesn't look bad. Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't look bad. And last but not least, I ain't saying nothing. Because this woman could literally pick me up with her pinky.
Today I learned that women are less likely to receive and survive CPR than men. But why? This study broke it down. Out of 20 dummies, also known as mannequins, created for CPR training, only one of the dummies had breasts, which is pretty ironic given the fact that the CPR doll was based off a woman, a death mask of an unknown French woman dubbed Resusci Annie, or Resuscitation Annie. This means that majority of people who learn CPR have zero experience practicing chest compressions on women. I've done CPR certification twice and only ever had flat-chested mannequins to practice on. Anatomically, having breasts does not change the CPR technique, but it does change whether someone will perform CPR, and it's due to the bystander effect. It's an odd phenomenon which explains there are far more bystanders when a woman is experiencing cardiac arrest or anything else that would require active CPR, because there's implicit bias and worry about touching their breasts. But this bias could easily be eliminated if there were CPR dummies that represented both sexes to increase comfortability of doing CPR on people with breasts. This falls under medical misogyny, which refers to a systemic bias or neglect towards women in medical research and training. Because it's not just CPR, it's also defibrillator pads. If medical professionals don't have experience testing defibrillator pads on a body with breasts, then it could lead to serious, even fatal consequences. And this bias extends to many industries outside of the medical space, like the car industry, where car companies only require tests on male representing dummies. The most commonly used car crash dummy is representative of a male from the 1970s. So a woman's height, weight, body characteristics, and muscle mass are not taken into account for car safety. As a result, women are 73% more likely to sustain serious injuries from a car crash than men. Coincidence? I think not.
This is a really weird image of space because these bright things, they're all the same thing. This is one object duplicated 6 times. Weird. This is the first ever example of what scientists are now calling an Einstein zigzag. I'm not sure that I see the zigzag. I guess it would be like this, but that's what the scientists named it. So Einstein, over 100 years ago, had this idea that light traveling through space would have to bend around gravitationally huge objects, and it could take multiple paths, and therefore create a duplicate image. And he was, of course, right. He's Einstein. And we've seen this effect, which is a type of gravitational lensing, in the shape of a ring, and of a cross, and just general duplicates. But 6 is crazy. So what's duplicated is a quasar, which is a very, very bright galactic core. It's the center of a galaxy. And as its light is traveling towards Earth, it's being bent by the gravity of 2 separate galaxies. So it's taking all of these paths for that light to reach us. We're seeing those paths. We're seeing 6 images. And this happens because the fabric of space-time is bendy. Massive things can bend it, and light curves with it.
Oh, interesting. Look at this. Is this some creature or man? Oh, a werewolf. And this is things real. Werewolves are real. This is crazy stuff. Now, this werewolves is the people that transform to wolves or what's up? Look at the size of the teeth there. My God, this is something that has a crazy grip of the hair of the mouth there. Look at it. Oh my God. This is this stuff. Look at its size there. My God, this is crazy. Oh, and when they are unalive, don't they change back to the human that had transformed to them? Or those are movie stuff? I thought werewolves are transformations of some certain humans to wolves during the full moon. Or that's not how it goes. This werewolf is another creature that exists. This is crazy. Look at the legs. Man, these legs look like humans.
Whoa! Look at that. Isn't that cool? Whoa! Look at it go. Do you see red and blue in there as well? I see some blue. I see some pink. There's pink over here. Whoa! Pink on the edge. Amazing. Everybody happy? Yeah, not here.
Now, in southern China, scientists have discovered ancient forests with animals and plants they thought were extinct in several sinkholes hidden deep in the mountains. The sinkholes, or heavenly pits in Mandarin, have formed over tens of thousands of years and only recently became visible when the land collapsed, revealing steep limestone cliffs and caves. They're now being explored with the help of...
Huh. And other places, some guys was doing some kinesis stuff here. Yeah, you see, it's like he's moving the card there with his mind, or what's up? This is crazy. Can you do this, my friend? Do you know what technique is this? Or this is some camera angles and some props being used. You see, you give your comments. Humans are extremely creative, good vibes, and can sometimes a little bit be cunning. You see, just the good vibes in the uniqueness of each and every human.